Okay, imagine this. You wake up, stretch, and suddenly your blanket floats off your bed. Your phone hovers beside your face. You push yourself up, and instead of standing, you drift toward the ceiling. Congratulations, gravity just turned off. But don't panic yet, it'll be back in exactly 60 seconds. So what happens in that 1 minute? Spoiler, it's going to be the most chaotic, hilarious, and deadly minute in human history. Let's find out.
First, let's get one thing straight. Gravity is what keeps everything on Earth glued together. It holds the oceans in place, keeps air wrapped around a planet, and stops your morning coffee from drifting into your keyboard. Now imagine gravity suddenly turning off everywhere. Not weaker, not reversed, just gone. The Earth would still spin, but without gravity, there's nothing holding you, the oceans, or even the atmosphere down.
That means everything not nailed, bolted, or rooted to the ground starts to float. People, cars, water, dust, birds, all lifted up like confetti in a zero-gravity birthday party.
If you're indoors, you might just hit the ceiling. Mild panic. If you're outside, bad luck. The Earth's rotation would fling you sideways at hundreds of meters per second. You wouldn't fall up, you'd drift away as the ground curves out from under you.
The oceans? They'd start lifting off. Water would form massive floating blobs, breaking apart into shimmering orbs drifting into the sky. Ships, whales, and seaweed would go along for the ride. The atmosphere, yes, even the air, would begin escaping too. Without gravity, the blanket of air holding our oxygen would start drifting into space. You'd feel your breath thin out almost instantly.
Seconds 10 to 30. Cities would dissolve into floating chaos. Cars, people, furniture, everything lightweight would rise faster than heavy stuff. A pencil might hit the ceiling before your refrigerator does. Buildings would creak and tear as their weight suddenly vanished, causing walls and floors to separate.
Planes in flight? They'd be in serious trouble. With no gravity, they'd lose lift, since lift depends on air pressure created by gravity's pull. Pilots would have about 30 seconds to realize the sky just broke. Meanwhile, astronauts in space would be fine, but very confused watching Earth suddenly explode into a messy glitter ball. Seconds 30 to 60. By now, most humans outdoors would be hundreds of meters above ground, still rising. Oceans would be breaking apart into floating seas of mist and droplets. Mountain peaks would start crumbling because gravity isn't holding their rocks together anymore.
And remember, Earth is still spinning at about 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. Without gravity's grip, everything on the surface would drift in straight lines, sideways, while the planet keeps turning beneath. That means if gravity came back right now, you wouldn't gently float back down. You'd slam into the ground at terrifying speeds.
Now comes the scary part. At exactly 60 seconds, gravity flips back on. Everything, and I mean everything, comes crashing down. People in the air? Gone. Cars, buildings, and floating debris all fall at once. The oceans come crashing back, creating global mega tsunamis. Entire coastlines would be pulverized by water walls hundreds of meters high.
The atmosphere, rushing back down, would create hurricane-force winds everywhere. Fires would ignite from friction. It would be 1 minute of silence, followed by total planetary chaos. Even the moon's orbit would shift slightly, because the mass distribution of Earth changed for that brief moment. So yeah, 1 minute without gravity would permanently wreck the planet. It's kind of poetic though. The one force we totally take for granted turns out to be the only thing keeping the world together. Literally, gravity isn't just what makes things fall, it's what makes life possible. Without it, oceans fly,
air escapes, and everything that makes Earth home disappears in less than 60 seconds. So next time you drop your phone and curse gravity, maybe say thanks instead. It's the reason your feet stay on the ground and not somewhere in orbit. If you like this trip through scientific chaos, give this video a like. It really helps keep our curiosity grounded. Drop your own what-if ideas in the comments. What other forces should we turn off next? And don't forget to subscribe, because curiosity doesn't float away, even when gravity does.